and good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul podcast. And tonight we are going to I was telling people I'm always the first to bring out stuff. But tonight you're going to hear from the First Black Herbalist Society. VHS is in the house. We're going to hear about how the formation and how as a practitioner, how could this be beneficial to you? And I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And I'm first going to start with Dr. Ray Queen, who is a frequent flyer of Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul. So welcome back again.
Again, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm sure most of your viewers know who I am. They're probably sick of me. But, I'm Ray. I'm Ray, lovingly called Ray Queen. That was my spoken word name back in the day, so I kept it. I am a founder of HPOC University, and now I've collaborated with my brilliant sister over there, Lakeisha Willis, to create the Black Herbalist Society, because we were shocked to discover that in 2025, one does not exist. And so we created one, and that's who I am.
And now we will have Lakeisha Willis, who is here with us as well.
Yes, my name is Lakeisha Willis. People call me Keisha, whatever you feel like calling me. Just don't call me out my name. That's it. But yeah, we started, like Dr. Ray said, we started this because we realized there just wasn't anybody. And I'm pretty sure we got some questions that's going to go along with why we started it. So I'm just going to say my name is Lakeisha Willis. I'm a natural health practitioner for about 8 years now, learning under Mrs. Ray Queen. So she's definitely my mentor, and I'm glad that we started this.
She was an herbalist long before she even knew who I was. Yes. No herbalist. Don't fall for that banana in the tailpipe. But I appreciate it.
Well, I'm learning more. I'm gonna say I'm learning more.
Okay. All right.
Different when you learn under the Caucasian than you learn under the African American. So
that's right.
Right. And as you know, back in the day, what's our boy Damon Johnson would for us by us. Hey, so that's what it is for us now. Right. There's some, limitations because again, we're going to talk about that. There's a lot of ancestral wisdom, cultural stuff that needs to be ready for our society in these days and times. Now, speaking of that, so the first question I am going to ask, what inspired this creation of the Black Herbalist Society? And why this moment in history? Because it just came off at the 4th annual HPOC conference. Yay. It was a couple other things that popped off during that too. It just say that we're building a foundation of, based upon us being well, mind, body, and soul. So whoever wants to tag that in, go ahead for it.
Keisha, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I'll take it. Okay. I'll be happy to take that. So we created it because we wanted to reclaim what was ours, right? So we see at the time, everybody wants to be in wellness. It's rapidly growing, but a lot of times it's a disconnect from the Black people, the Black cultural roots. So BHS is going to ensure that the Black herbalists have one voice. We got a unified voice, and it's going to give us a space so we can pass down that knowledge. So I'm going to say it was born so that we can reclaim and protect our ancestral traditions of the African history.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. Good stuff.
And when we say reclaim, let me just emphasize that it was never lost. It was taken.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we mean by reclamation. We have to make it ours again because it was rightfully ours in the first place. But other people took it and ran with it, and then they criminalized us for participating in those acts. So we're gonna reclaim it.
That's the whole key, reclaiming it. So I'll get you for this question, Dr. Ray. I'll bounce back and forth. And then Akeisha, if you feel as though you want to come in and add to it, you may.
Okay.
So, Dr. Ray, how do you define the role of a Black herbalist in today's world of wellness and healthcare? You just touched a little bit on it, but can you go a little bit more into that question?
We're healers. We're healers. We are cultural historians. We are barrier breakers. We are community activists. Like, to be a healer, especially a Black healer, means so much because of the history of racism we've dealt with in the country when it comes to things like herbalism. You can't just be an herbalist. You also have to be a social advocate. You also have to be a community educator. Like, it's so layered, right? It can't just be about the herbs themselves. And so the herbalists that we're working with now are really fighting to restore balance and community and our legal rights and our ancestral and birthrights to practice herbalism. And so we take on a hefty role, right? And then we have to deal with the naysayers and the critics who come from our own community sometimes, and then from the community at large. And so you really have to be called to do this work, because it's not easy, especially dealing with what I love my people, but it's hard to do. It's hard to work with my people sometimes. And so any Black healer gets mad respect from me.
Ooh.
Yep.
She just said a mouthful up. She just said a mouthful out here with that.
Yeah.
As I say, dealing with your charcoal people. But
Yeah.
you know I gotta be funny about it. Dealing with your people, boy, I tell you, it can be very, very, very hard. But that's just a joke. That's just a joke. Dealing with your charcoal people, but
Yeah.
you know, I feel you as a person who has several modalities, and herbalism is one of my modalities as well. And you know, when people look at it, because you had certain, you know, for instance, someone was talking about ashwagandha, right? Oh, you know, they looked it up. You know, you using the ashwagandha, and you know that's for witchcraft, and they use it for that. But then there's the science part. You only tell a little bit of it, right? It could be that's if you choose to use it. But for me, I use it to help people sleep. I use it in my teas to get a calming. So give the other side. Just don't give the negative side. And you know. But that is so funny. I know what you're saying in that realm, because yeah, we get it as people, and you're trying to do nothing but help your community, and it's sad. But with the transition of the times, that's gonna hit the next question. Okay. What ancestral or cultural influence shaped the foundation and the mission of the society?
What you were just talking about. Is it my turn? Sorry, I know I talked.
Yeah, go. Go ahead.
My mama told me I talk too much my whole life. Okay. Well, what you were just talking about, right? But there's a de-education and a re-education component involved with the ancestral piece, because we have been erroneously taught that things like hoodoo or voodoo or witch doctors or root workers and all those things were demonic, and they were anti-Christian, and they were anti-Black, and they were of the devil, all the things, right? We've all heard them. I grew up in the church, like probably all grew up in the church, right?
Yeah.
But that was the master plan by the master. Write that down. That was the master plan by the master to strip you of your traditional healing practices. Strip you of them. And in order to do that, they had to make you believe for generations that what you was doing was evil, because we're naturally a spiritual people. So if you say we're doing something that's not of the Most High, we run from it. And so now we've tapped back into researching and reclaiming what those practices really mean. Not the Hollywood version, not what you saw in all these different movies and TV shows, but what our great-great-grandmothers were really doing on those plantations. They were working the land. That's why they're called root workers. They were dealing with the roots of the herbs. We didn't have doctors. We didn't have all of that. We had our ancestral cultural healing practices back then, and they were not demonic. They were not witchcraft. They were not sorcery. Those were practices we brought with us from the motherland, and we still incorporate them into our spirituality and our healing, which is holistic. You can't separate one from the other. And that's what we're realizing now in 2025. We have to connect it. If we want to address these health disparities, we got to bring spirit back. You got to bring culture back. Otherwise, you're going to stay sick. You're going to stay with diabetes and high blood pressure and gout and arthritis and all the other crap they tell you have, because you're devoid of spirit, honey, and devoid of culture, honey. Together. Sorry.
Talent.
Wait a minute. I think I gotta get the collection plate now. But it's so true, and it was funny because last night we talked about it from Resonate Healing Voices, right? We talked about that, how it has been stripped away from us, that is so demonic. And I even brought the example, like you said, not like with sinners, you've seen, they just introduced some of that. But I said, and maybe I have to say this again, somewhere along the line in your tracking, if you're a person today and you go back and look at it, you probably say, I have to just explain there's differences between hoodoo, voodoo, and whatever else, right? But here's the thing. If somebody sweep your foot with a broom and you snatch it from them just as quick and say, I need to spit on that, well, that's a hoodoo practice.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And when you go into the putting on your white on the first Sunday of the month.
Mm-hmm. Or making black eyed peas.
Right. Yeah, there we go. The black eyed peas, or you got to have a man come into your house. Those are hoodoo practices. Those are just things that was brought down, passed down from generation to generation. Mm-hmm. And I just say to people, if you don't understand, get the knowledge. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you a place where you can get that knowledge. You can go right to HPOC University and get the knowledge, because it'll be right there for you. The knowledge is that now is a time, okay, we don't know what's going to happen, but people are not going to be able to go to the doctors because of loss of insurances. People like us will be people who can help you along. And you just have to be receptive. Mm-hmm. I just say it right now. And people, they call me be funny at work, but a lady couldn't walk one day. And I was like, hey, you just need me to touch on you a little bit. That's if you're receptive, because again, you have to be, in order for it to really work, you have to be able to be open and to receive it too, mm-hmm. as well.
And that's another thing where you say in church, the first thing they want to do when they pray, they want to lay hands on you. Or they want to put you in a circle. Mm-hmm. Everybody get in the circle and start mm-hmm. praying and make sure they focus on one thing. And it's a whole bunch. I'm not going to go all the way into that, but there's a spirit that comes and connects y'all together so that y'all can manifest one thing, which could be healing or money or anything, other thing else. So that's another African practice that they brought into the church. But when we say it here where we're at, it's demonized.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You see?
Right. And that's nothing but a ring shot.
With oil. Right?
That's nothing but a ring shot. Yeah. When you bring it coming together, that's nothing but a ring shot. So right. that could be a whole nother talk and a whole nother series, but moving on to the next question. Mm-hmm. And Keisha, I'll give this one to you. What herbal philosophies or healing frameworks guide your practice?
So the main thing that I think about when I'm doing my practice or working with any person is knowing that we need to connect any type of healing to the mind, the body, and the spirit. So everything is connected. So we restore harmony between each person using those connections, right? So if they can't sleep, there's something that's bothering them. I don't just want to give them some skull cap and things like that. I need to figure out like what's going on. Or do you have these racing thoughts? What's going on? So once I relax that mind, that parasympathetic system, then I can treat the other ailments, right? And then to bring it even further, we can actually say, hey, you need some meditation practices. Maybe you need to get out into the community more. Take that stuff off your mind. So that is what we do. We connect the mind, body, and spirit as whole, so you can be healed holistically.
Come on now.
Go ahead. And look, Very symptomatic. Go ahead, sis. I must say, again, I congratulate you on your awesome, awesome presentation. I heard I didn't get a chance to get there, but hopefully, I know I'll get a piece of it because I'm part of the BHS as well. But
Yay!
I'm part of the BHS as well. I'll just hold out and wait. I'll just hold out and wait. You know, and you just answered the next question. You know, how do you ensure that herbalism supports the mind, body, and soul, not just the physical symptoms?
Right.
Because you do. You have to dig deep. That's a whole deep, deep thing. You're not sleeping well. It's got to be something going on. What you know? What is it? What is the root of it?
Right. The root.
What is the root of it? What is the root of it?
One out of balance. The other's out of balance.
Yeah.
That's the piece they're missing.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
That's the part.
You can't just pick up a book and just say, hey, this is what's wrong with you. Every person that you treat needs to have a tailored blueprint. Everybody shouldn't have the same blueprint of healing. You know, they might be similar, but they should never be the same blueprint.
That's right. Exactly. People call me and say, oh, Dr. Ray, what can I take for insomnia? I said, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen your chart.
Right.
I don't know what your predisposition is. I don't know what medications you. I don't know. If you want that kind of an answer, you need to Google that or talk to chat. I can't help you.
Right. You're not gonna get me up there talking about, oh, Keisha gave me some.
Right.
And then it made me worse because you're on different medications, because you're on 25 medications that you don't tell me about. So I done gave you something that'll mess you all the way up.
Right. And that is this that's key too, because knowing, and it's one reason why it's good to be in the BHS is because those typical things that you can learn, because that's why we're not anti-medicine. If you need to take it, we believe that you need to take it, but also know that when you go or you try to seek out herbs or whatever, you need to know it can make counteract with your medications, and then that'll be a whole nother problem. So you need to be truthful about if you're experiencing or indulging into that, because you really need to know that certain herbs, just like for instance, you know, some certain things that you can't take when you're pregnant. Right. You know, those different type of things you can't take. Certain types you can't take because you're on blood pressure medications because of that. You know, it's just that you need to know, and you need to be truthful. And when we go through that's the reason why we have assessments. A lot of people don't think that neither. That's because we are people who work in the holistic health, but we also have assessments as well that we can do to come up with plans for you for whatever it is, you know. But that is very key to it. So we're going to take a quick little break. Okay. And we're going to be right back, because it was funny when you said something about meditation. So I am get ready to give us a little meditation. We don't want you to go to sleep yet because we still have more information for you, but just for you to understand, rest is very important. You said it, the parasymptomatic. Rest is very important as well. So we're going to give you a little kickoff, maybe like a minute and so of this. So we'll be right back, and we're going to hear more from BHS. Woo-hoo. Welcome back to the Upfront Mind, Body, and Soul. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Boulden-Hammond, and I'm here with Dr. Ray Queen and Lakeisha Willis from the Black Herbalist Society. Speaking of that, if you want to hear about or you want to know more about it, but you'll be able to go to this website to find out more information about that. So there it is. Black Herbalist Society. If you want to know how you can join, and we're also going to dive into that. If you want to be a part of the Black Herbalist Society, there are certain qualifications that we're going to talk about now. So again, we want to say thank you, ladies, for coming on so much, sharing about this. So we just talked about a couple herbs, but what programs, workshops, or upcoming expansions are coming? Because I know there's more stuff that's coming that you're going to be excited about.
Well, Keisha, you want to take that one? Want me to take it? Oh, you're muted.
For one, I know the main thing that I'm excited about is the collaboration with all of the other herbalists and all the other practitioners, the students and everything. We had a collaboration. And the reason is because when we collaborate, we're going to build and we're going to pass on that information. So it's generational information passed on. Another thing I know we're planning on having like annual conferences, possibly retreats and things like that. So
you're looking to more foraging as well, so we can identify herbs, in our own neighborhoods.
Yes.
And then for members, so we'll talk about that in a member, I guess, in a moment, I hope. But we're going to have some events coming up for members. Mm-hmm. We're going to be doing some holiday herbal webinars and workshops. And and it's really going to be, like to Keisha's point earlier, you may have learned herbalism from people who didn't look like us and from people who didn't incorporate the ancestral wisdom that's deeply embedded in the plants that we use. And so even if you're already an herbalist, you might not have been shown the full spectrum of herbs and what they can do and the spirit of the plants. And so we look forward to sharing that type of information with our members as well.
Right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And when you're talking about the holiday, the holiday's coming up. So, it'd be so, I'm really going to do something for Kwanzaa this year. So
I know we're going to hijack it.
we got some of your information, absolutely. Your ideas. Thank you.
It's all good. It's all because hey, we edifying and we're working with one another. That's what we do. That's what we do. Like we healing ourselves, we healing a community. So this is a community thing. So hey, and I don't even look at it as a hijack. It's just an opportunity to spread the knowledge. That's how I look at it. So so again. How can, if someone here is watching tonight, like an ally or a supporter or other healers collaborate with appropriating sacral cultural knowledge, if they want to just, come on in, hey, saying, I'm this physicist, right? I want to know if I want to do something with this group. How would you address this? Either one of you.
I'll give that one to Dr. Ray.
Okay. Give it to me. Well, are you talking about specifically about the allies? Specifically, yes. Not those members who aren't
right
of our lineage. Okay, got it. Okay. First of all, you can partner. You can't join, but you can partner with us to make sure that some of the information that you're giving is not being appropriated. Number one, because that's my biggest personal point of contention. Is that there's a lot of appropriation going on. So first of all, you need to approach your programs with respect and without appropriation. You need to become an ally, become a friend of somebody who's really tapped into Black herbalism and the lineage that is attached to, right? Stop running around here claiming to be, what do you call it, woke and aware, BIPOC friendly, but you haven't done the work. Take the time to learn, study, and actually partner with a Black herbalist to make sure that you're not unethical, operating in any unethical behavior and violating the terms of our agreement with the plants and the Most High.
Yes. We want you to stand with us, not over us. We want you to support and listen and invest. Did I mention invest?
There goes my sister.
That's
My
it.
sister. There goes my sister.
My sister, we want you to stand with us, not over. You are not.
Oh my goodness.
So you see, it's all about fun. You know, we can have fun, but we're really serious about this thing, right? The misappropriation of culture, because again, you know, they try to take away a lot of stuff, but people will latch on to you as being a person of color and try, just to say, hey, you're a part of the group or the,
Right.
the DNA or whatever else. Because there's a story that I can share, that I've been approached. Oh, you can have the tea here in this shop, and oh, really? Yeah. So what? Oh, I like to have people local. It sound good, but it didn't hit my spirit right. So it didn't hit my spirit right, because really, what is the purpose of that?
Right.
How is it going to be beneficial to me? But anyway, but yeah. So everyone, any last minute tips before we go? Any last minute things? Anything, other questions that you guys want to think that someone who be listening, will talk about?
Visit our website so you can stay abreast of upcoming events. We have a members only event already scheduled for November 1st. And we have another event that we're in the process of planning for members, people who might be interested in joining. Right. So we can provide information about that. And start 2026 off right. We have to remove ourselves from the narrative that we don't support each other. We run to other organizations and we pay top dollar to say we're a part of this organization. Do that for your own people, right? Especially when their intentions are pure, right? All the people on this platform right now are dedicated to the movement, dedicated to healing themselves and healing their communities. And when you have people who are dedicated and walking in purpose, you need to rock with them. You need, even if it's imperfect, you need to rock with them, right? Because they're really doing God's work. And when I tell you it's not easy working with my people, it's not easy working with my people. So it's definitely a calling. So start 2026 off right and support Black-owned businesses and organizations and associations. Let's do it. It's time.
Right. Your charcoal people.
Yeah. And another thing I want to let everyone know, we do have a tiered program, membership program. So we have people that want to learn, we have students, and we also have practitioners, and then just a general membership. And each membership contains different things. So, but just to let you know, it's a positive movement, uniting Black herbalists, and like Dr. Ray said, let's start 2026 off right.
Yeah, because time is now.
The time has come.
The time has come. Yeah, the time has come. And hey, you're going to have to fill your jars, fill your cups, fill your mason jars, your mayonnaise jars, or whatever else with old remedies that my mom used to do, because you never know, because things is happening. You got all these people laid off from the FDA. What are you feeding? I'm just going to turn my eye down to the ground, and that way, I'm just saying, expiration dates, who's checking now, it's just that you're going to have to, if you get sick, people's insurances is taken away. What are you going to do?
You're going to come to your
They're going to have to lean into what they're already doing, because contrary to popular opinion, most of us are already herbalists because we were raised on old school remedies, right? Down to chicken noodle soup, which ain't nothing but phytotherapy, nutritional phytotherapy. So lean back into what your grandmama and them healed you with. That's
you
all.
Get a cut, you go get a piece of that aloe plant.
Come on.
Right.
You get a cut, you know how to get that aloe plant. You drink some ginger, boil some ginger for your stomach.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm just giving. See, I'm just letting them know that it's and Dr. Ray, thank you so much for that. The support, though, that you are, and then why is it hard for us with the support?
It's crazy.
It's really, especially when you're doing a good work. You know what I mean? It's not like you're doing the crazy stuff. Right. You're doing the good work. People see the work, people see the work. But then, we stand back and hesitant. But and like you said, yeah, support that we the ones that furnish the money. When we stop spending, and every other ethnic group can come here and support their own, all besides us.
Right. And that goes deeper into a whole deeper mental type of healing that as a people we need to talk about, because that division and that mental whatever's going on to make you say, look at a Black person and say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But as soon as a white man tell you the same thing, then you all, oh yeah, I believe you. But I could tell you the exact same thing earlier, but that's some deeply rooted issues right there. And that's something else that we should attack.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's most definitely. I can remember an episode of Sanford and Son where Fred went to the hospital and he had the white doctor and he had the Black doctor. So he said, oh, well, I want him. You the doctor? Yes, I am. And it was so funny. And that's how some people look at it too. Somewhere, oh, I don't want you to work on me, but but
and when they do it, they're looking for you to mess up. I was talking to somebody about, you go to McDonald's and they mess up your Big Mac, and you don't be like, I'm never going back to McDonald's again. They messed up my Big Mac. I'm through with McDonald's. Right. But let a Black practitioner, say one thing wrong or give you the wrong words or be a little late or a little slow with getting your stuff to you. That's why I'll mess with Black people.
The whole thing just falls down.
The whole thing. HBOC is horrible. The website wasn't working today. I'll never go back to HBOC.
Right.
We got to stop that.
Yeah,
because we don't do that to other people. So
we do that to our own people that look like us, which is got to be something that definitely needs to be addressed.
That's a class I see, but we'll talk about it another day.
And we got to start with the kids. We need to start training the kids.
Yeah,
like you said, that's a class, and that's why I love kids so much. So because we can talk to them, and it seems like they soak so much in, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Why do I don't like you just because your hair longer than mine, because you're Black or whatever? That don't make sense to me. But grown-ups is a whole different issue.
Right. Yeah. Right. So everyone, here is what you'll see. A beautiful. There is the symbolism of what you have. Oh, I do want to touch back what you have in there, and it's the symbol. Because if anyone who knows, that is an ancient Kemet symbol where we talk about where a lot of the science, a lot of the medicine, you can go in Egypt. If you ever have a place to visit, you visit Egypt, you can see where all the math, herbs, all the descriptions. And I even I know it's true now, because a couple years ago when I worked for a community agency, I had the opportunity to go to the National Institute of Health to go down to spend a day there, to go through the libraries. Do you not know that they have at the National Institute of Health is where all the types of surgeries from all over the world, all this stuff is stored there, even back then, and they had tablets from Egypt in there with all the different directions of surgeries and different stuff like that. So I just tell people that's a whole nother class.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a whole nother class, because That's where a lot of the teachings
Yeah.
came from.
That's the whole. I ain't even gonna start.
Yeah,
Taken. Like they stripped everything and then remade it and act like it was theirs. And you know who they is, like all of that. Like, come and learn from us, and then take what you learn and take it and rename it, reclaim it, all the way from way in ancient history, and then have us thinking like we not supposed to be the gods and goddesses that we are.
Ooh,
you know, crazy.
It's about to get deep. And I'm sober. I can't even drink my wine.
So I want to say, ladies, it has been a pleasure to have you here on here, on my Upfront Mind Body. So, whatever you have, I'll put it out. We can come together and, do a workshop together. You can do it from streaming from here. You're always welcome here. You are. You're my girls. You're my girls. You're my girls. Yes. So one last thing that you give a word of encouragement for those who may be looking to become a part of the Black Herbalist Society. Start with you, Dr. Ray.
Ooh, words of encouragement. Come and get culturally immersed in your herbal practice. I know we all know a lot about herbs already, but that part that they were talking about, that Keisha was talking about, that was erased and stripped from us, we took it back.
Yep.
We strong-armed them. We went up there and debowed them, and we got it back. And come learn that aspect of it, because it's more than just singular. It's not linear. Herbs are not linear. You know what I mean? They're full spectrum. And so come learn about the full spectrum of herbs. Come be around like-minded people. Come grow with us. Come help us fight the establishment. Whatever needs to happen in BHS, come join us.
Right.
All right. Lakeisha, for you.
She said everything. Come join us. Come be a part of this. Our 4 C's: connection, culture, credibility, and capacity. So come and learn what that is.
All right. And I'll just leave the audience with this, because I leave a mantra every week from when I leave from the show. And I was thinking about it when we talked about doing this, because, we talk about ancestral culture. So to the audience, for you who may be looking right now, our ancestors planted this, right? Mm-hmm. They planted these herbs, the keys for our wellness, so that now it's time for us to rise and be planted.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
So until next week, everyone. And hey, it's November already. So we will see you again. Walk in your purpose. Continue keeping your strength. And always remember to get rest. Thank you for joining. I'm Dr. Michelle Boulden-Hammond at the Upfront Mind, Body, Soul podcast. See ya.